What if we're focusing on the wrong problem? While billionaires and space agencies dream of colonizing Mars, millions of people right here on Earth are struggling, facing climate disasters, food shortages, and pollution. So, here's the big question. Should we be pouring our resources into fixing this planet, or investing in an escape plan? On one side, people argue that Earth is our only real home. We evolved here, we thrive here, and it makes way more sense to fix what's broken than to start over on a dead planet. But on the other side, some believe humanity is living on borrowed time. Between natural disasters, potential asteroid impacts, and our own self-destructive tendencies, Earth won't be safe forever. Space, they say, is our best shot at survival. So what's the right move? Should we double down on saving Earth? Should we put all our energy into colonizing space? Or is there a way to do both? In this video, we're breaking it all down. The case for saving Earth, the case for leaving, the biggest challenges of both, and ultimately what makes the most sense for the future of humanity. Let's get into it. The case for saving Earth. 1. Environmental and ethical responsibility. The climate crisis we face today is largely a result of human activities. This raises a fundamental ethical question. Shouldn't we take responsibility for our actions and fix the problems we've created instead of seeking an escape route? Earth is our home, uniquely suited to support human life with its breathable atmosphere, abundant water, diverse food sources, and complex ecosystems that have evolved over billions of years. Space, in contrast, is an incredibly harsh and unforgiving environment. The idea of abandoning a planet that's perfectly adapted to our needs in favor of hostile alien worlds seems not just impractical but morally questionable. Are we not obligated to be good stewards of the planet that has nurtured our species since its inception? 2. Technological feasibility. While the challenges we face on Earth are significant, we already have many of the technological solutions needed to address them. Renewable energy sources like solar, wind, and the promising frontier of nuclear fusion offer pathways to clean, sustainable power. Carbon capture technologies and geoengineering proposals present options for directly combating climate change. Sustainable agriculture practices and conservation efforts can help preserve biodiversity and ensure food security. These solutions exist and are improving rapidly. The primary barrier to their widespread implementation is often funding and political will. Shouldn't we redirect the enormous budgets currently allocated to space colonization towards these Earth-saving technologies instead? 3. Economic and social considerations. Investing in Earth's future has the potential to benefit all of humanity, not just a select few. Climate change mitigation, pollution reduction, and ecosystem restoration would improve the quality of life for billions of people across the globe. In contrast, space colonization efforts, at least in their early stages, would likely only benefit a small elite. The estimated cost of Mars colonization runs into the trillions of dollars. This astronomical sum could have a transformative impact if invested in Earth-based solutions, funding clean energy infrastructure in developing nations, restoring degraded ecosystems and protecting biodiversity hotspots, improving education and healthcare systems worldwide, developing sustainable urban planning and transportation networks. There's a real risk that an overemphasis on space colonization could divert attention and resources from urgent terrestrial problems like poverty, pollution, and deforestation. These issues require immediate action and have direct impacts on millions of lives today. 4. Survivability on Earth versus space. When it comes to long-term human survival, Earth has a significant advantage. The infrastructure to support human life is already in place. Our challenge is to protect and improve what we have, rather than starting from scratch in an inhospitable environment. Space colonies, whether on Mars, the Moon, or elsewhere, would face enormous hurdles. Generating breathable air in a sustainable manner, producing food in alien environments with different gravity, soil composition, and solar radiation, protecting inhabitants from deadly cosmic radiation, maintaining complex life support systems with no room for error. No existing technology can make Mars or the Moon truly livable or self-sustaining in the long term. Every aspect of survival would need to be meticulously engineered and constantly maintained. This raises a critical question. If we struggle to maintain sustainable civilizations here on Earth with all its natural advantages, is it realistic to think we could build entire self-sufficient societies in the unforgiving environment of space? The case for saving Earth is compelling. It's rooted in our ethical responsibility to the planet that sustains us, the technological feasibility of Earth-based solutions, the broader economic and social benefits of focusing on terrestrial issues, and the practical advantages Earth offers for long-term human survival. While space exploration undoubtedly has its merits, the argument for prioritizing Earth's preservation is strong. Our planet is not just our home, it's a complex life-supporting system we understand far better than any alternative. Before we set our sights on colonizing distant worlds, perhaps we should focus on being better caretakers of the remarkable planet we already inhabit. The case for colonizing space. One long-term survival of humanity. Earth, while beautiful and life-sustaining, is not invulnerable. Our planet faces numerous existential threats that could potentially wipe out humanity. Supervolcanoes capable of triggering global climate catastrophes, asteroid or comet impacts similar to those that caused mass extinctions in the past, nuclear war or other human-made global disasters, pandemics that could spread rapidly in our interconnected world. In this context, space colonization isn't just an ambitious dream, it's the ultimate insurance policy for our species. By establishing self-sustaining colonies on other planets or in space habitats, we create a backup plan for humanity. If a catastrophic event were to render Earth uninhabitable, our species would still have a chance to survive and thrive elsewhere. The famous physicist Stephen Hawking once said, "I don't think the human race will survive the next 1,000 years unless we spread into space." This perspective highlights the urgency of developing our spacefaring capabilities. If humans want to ensure our long-term survival as a species, expanding beyond the confines of our home planet may be not just beneficial, but necessary. 2. Space exploration benefits Earth. It's crucial to recognize that space exploration isn't just about leaving Earth behind, it's also about improving life on our home planet. Many technologies developed for space missions have found invaluable applications in everyday life on Earth. Global Positioning System, GPS satellites, originally developed for military purposes, now guide everything from smartphone apps to precision agriculture. Weather forecasting has been revolutionized by satellite technology, saving countless lives by predicting and tracking dangerous storms. Medical imaging techniques like MRI were developed using technology from NASA's Apollo program. Water purification systems designed for spacecraft now help provide clean water in developing countries. These are just a few examples of how space research leads to scientific advancements that can be applied to solving Earth's problems. By investing in space colonization, we're not neglecting Earth. We're developing new tools and knowledge that can benefit our planet in unexpected ways. 3. Resource expansion. As Earth's population grows and our resource consumption increases, we face increasing strain on our planet's finite resources. Space offers an alternative. Asteroid mining could provide an abundance of rare metals and minerals without the environmental impact of terrestrial mining. Solar energy is unlimited and unobstructed in space, offering a potential solution to our energy needs. Space farming, while challenging, could eventually help feed growing populations without further straining Earth's ecosystems. By tapping into the vast resources of space, we could potentially reduce the pressure on Earth's ecosystems and allow them to recover. Counterintuitively, leaving Earth might be one of the best ways to preserve it. 4. The human drive for exploration. Throughout history, humans have been driven by an insatiable curiosity to explore the unknown. From the first seafarers who ventured beyond the horizon to the Apollo astronauts who set foot on the moon, we've consistently pushed the boundaries of what's possible. Colonizing other planets is the next logical step in this grand tradition of human exploration. It represents not just a scientific and technological challenge, but a testament to the human spirit of adventure and discovery. Embracing this drive for exploration could lead to incredible advancements. New scientific discoveries about the universe and our place in it, technological innovations that we can't yet imagine, a renewed sense of purpose and unity for humanity as we work towards a common goal. Should we not embrace our innate curiosity and continue to push the boundaries of what's possible? As the science fiction author Arthur C. Clarke once said, the only way of discovering the limits of the possible is to venture a little way past them into the impossible. The case for colonizing space is multifaceted and compelling. It offers a path to ensuring the long-term survival of our species, drives technological innovations that benefit life on Earth, opens up vast new resources to support human civilization, and satisfies our fundamental drive for exploration and discovery. While the challenges are significant, the potential rewards are immeasurable. Space colonization represents not just a scientific endeavor, but a new chapter in human history, one that could secure our future among the stars while simultaneously helping us better understand and protect our home planet. As we face the challenges of the 21st century and beyond, perhaps the solution lies not in choosing between Earth and space, but in embracing both. By reaching for the stars, we might just find the key to saving our own planet. As we consider the merits of saving Earth versus colonizing space, it's crucial to acknowledge the significant challenges and ethical dilemmas associated with both strategies. These complexities make the debate far from straightforward and highlight the need for careful consideration of our future path. 1. Can we fix Earth in time? The urgency of the climate crisis raises serious questions about our ability to implement solutions quickly enough. Climate change is accelerating at an alarming rate, with some effects already locked in for decades or centuries to come. Even if we were to stop all greenhouse gas emissions immediately, which is practically impossible, the Earth's climate system has significant inertia. Some experts argue that the planet could remain climatically unstable for centuries due to the long-lived nature of certain greenhouse gases and feedback loops in the Earth system. Tipping points in the climate system, such as the melting of permafrost or the collapse of major ice sheets, could trigger rapid and irreversible changes. These factors lead to a sobering question. Is it already too late to save Earth as we know it? While this doesn't mean we should give up on Earth-based solutions, it does highlight the magnitude of the challenge we face and the need for immediate, drastic action. 2. Is space colonization realistic? The idea of colonizing other planets, particularly Mars, faces enormous technical and practical challenges. Mars has an inhospitable environment with no breathable air, extreme temperature fluctuations, and deadly levels of radiation. Creating a habitable environment would require massive technological interventions. Space travel remains incredibly expensive, dangerous, and slow. The journey to Mars alone takes months with current technology. We cannot still create truly self-sustaining space colonies. Every aspect of survival would need to be engineered and maintained with no margin for error. There's a risk that we might simply export our earthly problems to another planet instead of solving them. If we can't create sustainable societies on Earth, how can we expect to do so in the much harsher environment of space? These challenges raise doubts about the feasibility of large-scale space colonization, at least soon. While technology continues to advance, the gap between our current capabilities and what's needed for successful space colonization remains vast. 3. Ethical dilemmas. Both approaches, saving Earth and colonizing space, raise significant ethical questions. For Earth-based solutions, how do we balance the needs of developing nations with global emissions reduction goals? Who bears the cost of climate mitigation and adaptation efforts? How do we ensure that efforts to save Earth don't exacerbate existing inequalities? For space colonization, who gets to go? Will space colonies become havens for the wealthy, while the rest of humanity is left behind on a degrading Earth? What about the impact on space itself? Do we have the right to terraform planets, potentially altering or destroying unique environments? Could our efforts at space colonization harm potential alien life, even microbial life that we might not initially detect? These ethical considerations complicate both approaches. The risk of creating new forms of inequality or causing unintended harm to other environments or potential life forms cannot be ignored. The challenges facing both Earth-centric and space-focused approaches are formidable. On Earth, we're in a race against time to mitigate climate change and its effects, with some experts questioning whether we've already passed the point of no return for certain impacts. In space, we face enormous technical hurdles and ethical quandaries about the right way to expand human presence beyond our home planet. These challenges don't necessarily mean we should abandon either approach. Instead, they highlight the need for urgent and decisive action on climate change and environmental protection, continued investment in space technology and research, careful consideration of the ethical implications of our choices, and a willingness to adapt our strategies as new information and technologies emerge. Ultimately, the complexity of these challenges suggests that a nuanced, multifaceted approach might be necessary. Perhaps the solution lies not in choosing between Earth and space, but in pursuing both paths thoughtfully and ethically, leveraging the synergies between Earth-based solutions and space exploration to secure a sustainable future for humanity. As we've explored the compelling arguments for both saving Earth and colonizing space, it's clear that this isn't a simple either-or proposition. Let's recap the key points. Saving Earth. It's our ethical responsibility to fix the problems we've caused. We have existing technologies that could mitigate climate change. Focusing on Earth benefits everyone, not just a select few. Earth is already habitable and suited for human life. Colonizing space, it provides a long-term survival strategy for humanity. Space research often yields technologies beneficial to life on Earth. Space offers vast resources and potential for expansion. It satisfies our innate drive for exploration and discovery. Instead of viewing these as mutually exclusive paths, perhaps the wisest approach is to pursue both simultaneously. Many of the technologies developed for space colonization, such as efficient energy systems, water recycling and sustainable agriculture, have direct applications that could benefit life on Earth right now. By investing in both Earth-based solutions and space exploration, we create a synergy that could accelerate our progress on both fronts. The challenges we face in space colonization could drive innovations that help us solve problems on Earth, while our efforts to create a more sustainable civilization on our home planet could inform our approach to establishing colonies elsewhere. Perhaps the real question isn't, should we try to save Earth or colonize space, but rather, how do we use our drive to explore and innovate to ensure the survival and thriving of our species, no matter where we are? By embracing this broader perspective, we open ourselves to a future where our efforts to reach the stars also help us create a more sustainable and prosperous life on Earth. In doing so, we honor our role as caretakers of our home planet, while also reaching for new horizons, ensuring that humanity has the best possible chance to survive and thrive, both on the blue marble we call home, and in the vast expanse of space beyond.